What to know about the first human case of H5N2 bird flu? The first confirmed human case of H5N2 bird flu has been reported in Mexico. The World Health Organization identified the case in a 59-year-old man who died in April. This case raises concerns about the potential spread of bird flu among humans. The man had no prior exposure to poultry or other animals, making the transmission source unclear. H5N2 differs from another bird flu strain, H5N1, which is currently affecting dairy cows in the United States. H5N1 has caused mild infections in 3 farm workers, but is not the same strain as H5N2. H5N2 is part of a family of avian influenza viruses. These viruses have been present in Mexico since the mid-1990s, but rarely infect humans, unlike H1 and H3 strains. The viruses are categorized by 2 proteins on their surfaces, hemagglutinin and neuraminidase. These proteins help the virus infect cells and spread within the host. H5N2 belongs to the H5 family, which mainly infects wild birds. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, there are 9 known subtypes of H5 viruses. H5N1, detected in U.S. dairy cows, is part of a highly contagious lineage known as the Goose Guangdong lineage. This strain has caused numerous poultry outbreaks and occasional human infections since 1997. In 23 countries, H5N1 has led to severe pneumonia and death in about 50% of human cases. Despite being in the same family, H5N2 and H5N1 have distinct histories and disease profiles. The Mexican patient had been bedridden for weeks before showing symptoms. He developed fever, nausea, diarrhea, and shortness of breath before being hospitalized and dying the same day. The man had multiple underlying health conditions, which likely worsened his infection. This complicates comparisons with healthier individuals who might get infected. No other cases were found during the WHO investigation. One of the 17 contacts at the hospital reported a runny nose, but no further infections were confirmed. Experts are unsure how the man contracted H5N2, given his lack of animal exposure. If human transmission occurred, it could mean there are more unidentified cases. Dr. Michael Osterholm, an infectious disease expert, believes human-to-human transmission is unlikely. The virus was probably contracted from a common source. The H5N2 strain that infected the man is a low pathogenic virus, meaning it usually doesn't cause severe illness. Unlike high pathogenic strains, low pathogenic viruses cause mild or no symptoms in animals. Dr. Paul Offit from the Vaccine Education Center questions whether H5N2 has mutated to spread more easily to humans. H5 viruses generally struggle to infect people due to different cell receptors. People often contract H5 viruses through direct contact with birds rather than human-to-human transmission. H5N1, which can infect humans infrequently, has never caused widespread transmission. Offit doesn't believe H5N2 is likely to cause a pandemic. For a virus to spread easily among humans, it needs to reproduce well in the upper respiratory tract, which H5N2 may not do. Further genetic sequencing of the H5N2 virus is needed to assess its risk to humans. Without this data, drawing definitive conclusions is challenging. Osterholm stresses the importance of focusing on H5N1. This virus has spread extensively among U.S. dairy cows, raising concerns about potential mutations that could affect humans. H5N1 has infected 84 herds across 9 U.S. states. The widespread presence of the virus increases the chance of mutations that could enable human transmission. Berkeley Lovelace Jr. is a health and medical reporter for NBC News, covering the FDA, COVID vaccines, and healthcare. He previously reported on the biotech and pharmaceutical industries for CNBC. Patrick Martin contributed additional reporting to this story.